Welcome to Team SNG Test Hands video. Today we are going to be doing the test hands for the updated Codetalker deck that we featured on the channel earlier this week. While I've got your attention, I'd like to ask you guys to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the team's Facebook page, link to that will be in the description below. Along with that link, in the description you will find a link to the deck profile for this if you haven't already seen it. What are you doing here? It's fine. You can check out the deck profile at the end if you like what you see here. This is typically a going first deck, so we're going to be doing 3 test hands with 5 cards. The reason that this is typically going first is you want to set up a board with lots of sort of, not so much interruptions, but protections, and it's going to take you quite a few long combos to get there. Typically you're going to utilize most of what's in your hand getting there as well, so you know what, let's not keep talking about it, let's just get to it. Alright, so, first test hand. Lady Debug, Gachariatic Mister, Backup Secretary, Scripton, and D-Grade Buster. So this actually isn't a bad opening at all. We do have our normal summon, we have 4 extenders, and that puts us in really good shape. So, first things first, we are going to normal summon our Lady Debug. This will then let us search our deck and add to our hand Microcoder, which is typically what we're going to always want to be adding off of the Lady Debug search, unless you're using it later in the turn. We are then going to use our Microcoder and our Lady Debug as link material, got the extra deck, for Codetalker. Microcoder's effect's going to go off, letting us search our deck. We're going to add to our hand Signet Optimization. Signet Codec. Now we're going to get searches every time we summon a Signet, every time we summon a Code Warrior monster. At this point, because we control a Cyberus, we're going to special summon Backup Secretary, and we're going to activate our Signet Codec. We're then going to go link 3 into our extra deck. Codetalker. At this point we're going to utilize Codetalker's effect, searching out, special summoning back, Codetalker. Then we're going to use Scripton to banish from the grave our Microcoder, allowing us to special summon Scripton. Then what we're going to do is we're going to target Codetalker with Gachariatic Mister. Special summoning our Gachariatic Mister to the field. Then we're going to go link 3 using Codetalker and Scripton, meaning Gachariatic Mister's negative effect of negating Codetalker's effect is just gone. Going into our Codetalker. This will also trigger Signet Codec, and it also triggers Scripton. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, so that we're sure that our search goes through. We're going to shuffle back our Microcoder using Scripton's effect. Then we're going to search our deck for a wind attribute monster, like Lincoln for Flyer. Now we're going to utilize what link Infraflyer's effect, special summoning itself. Then we're going to go link 2, which will trigger Gachiri Nister's protection effect. We'll target Codetalker because Codetalker will protect the things it's pointing to. So it makes it so that your opponent can't actually get rid of Codetalker except by battle, meaning your opponent will have to battle it to get rid of it, meaning they can't start breaking your board until the battle phase. And that link 2 will be Codetalker inverted. That will then trigger Signet Codec as well, so you're going to end up going, again, you're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. You're going to search out your... So you're going to search out your Cyberus White Hat. Cool. Sorry for the weird cut there, guys. The battery died, so we're just going to give this a quick shuffle. Alright, so test hand number 2, guys. Signet Conflict, Foreman Skipper, Signet Codec, Signet Optimization, and another Foreman Skipper. So, I hate seeing doubles in my opening hand. It really is upsetting. Foreman Skipper's not so bad because it does at least allow us to do something, especially seeing as we do have Signet Optimization allowing us a second normal summon. So you're going to normal summon your Foreman Skipper, you're going to link him off, into your Solomon Great Almirage, and at this point we want to activate our Signet Codec. Oh, sorry. No, at this point we're going to activate Foreman Skipper's effect, letting us search out our Parallel Exceed. Then we're going to activate Signet Codec and Signet Optimization. Using Signet Optimization, we'll normal summon our second Foreman Skipper. We'll go link 2 into Codetalker. At this point, we will use Signet Codec and Parallel Exceed. We'll go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 to Chain Block. That lets us search out a dark attribute, so we're going to search out our microcoder. We're also going to search out our second, or we're going to special summon from our deck our Parallel Exceed onto the field. At this point we can go link 3 into our Codetalker. That will let us search out Code Generator. Then we can use Codetalker to bring back our Codetalker. And then we can use Codetalker and Parallel Exceed to special summon Xcode. That will let me search out Link Infraflyer. At this point we can go special summon the Link Infraflyer and use Infraflyer and Code Generator to special summon Inverted Toker, and that will let us go Chainlink 1, chain link 2, chain link 3. You want to dump your C Archiver first. Then you want to search for your Lady Debug. Then you want to special summon your Lady Debug using Codetalker inverted. Because of the fact that Codetalker, a monster will special summon to his own link monster points to, C Archiver will special summon himself or herself. And Lady Debug will also now let us search out one of our other extenders. At this point I have link 3 sitting right there, so Gachiriatic Nister. That way we can give ourselves some extra protection. Use Gachiriatic Nister, target C Archiver. Special summon your Gachiriatic Nister. Then we can use Gachiriatic Nister and Codetalker inverted to special summon our shooting Codetalker. That will let us search our deck again. This time we're going to search for Scriptron. We could now go for another link 3. Also using Gachiriatic Nister's effect, we're going to make Codetalker indestructible. This should be fun. Okay. We're going to use Scriptron's effect, banishing our Gachiriatic Nister to special summon our Scriptron. Yep, I think I'll do that. At this point we're going to go Fire. Letting us special summon Power Codetalker. This will let us search out our D-Grade Buster. Alright, so test. At this point, a Scriptron's effect will go off, letting us shuffle back the Gachiriatic Nister or the C Archiver. I'm actually going to shuffle back the C Archiver because we only run one copy, which means I can recycle it. And then we can use D-Grade Buster's effect, banish off both of our Foreman Skippers, or no, a Foreman Skipper and a Parallel Exceed. Doesn't really make a difference at this point, you just want to banish off 2 Cybers. Let's put our D-Grade Buster on the field. At this point we've built a pretty substantial board here. What with Xcode protecting all 3 of these, and Xcode being protected by the Gachiriatic Nister, D-Grade Buster is going to be a big powerful body for their opponent to worry about. We can set our Signet Conflict, and we can keep Microcoder in hand so that in the future, on our next turn, we can have Microcoder ready to go in case our opponent gets rid of our Signet Codec or our Signet Optimization. Or, if they don't get rid of either of them and we use Signet Conflict, we can search out a second Signet Conflict so we've got it for a later turn. Alright, so that does it for test hand number 2, and I'd say that's a solid test hand if I've ever seen one. And it came from 2 of our Foreman Skippers. Now we did get lucky in that we started with one of our Signet Codecs, which really is, as I say, the bread and butter of the deck. As you can see, it gives us the ability, at this turn it gave us the ability to search 6 times from our deck. And every time we searched, we were looking for an extender that then just let us continue comboing off. So, here we go for test hand number 3. This will be the final test hand, guys. Into your Salamangreat Almirage. And Alright, and we're starting with Signet Optimization, Cyburst Converter, Lady Debug, Microcoder, and Signet Codec. Okay, so we are in fantastic shape with this opening hand. We've already started with our Signet Codec, which is incredible. We have a Lady Debug, which is just search at any point in our turn, considering the fact we do have our later stuff, and we also have our Cyburst Converter, meaning we don't have to use our Microcoder early on. So, what we're going to do here is actually, because we have Lady Debug, and we're not going to be searching for Lady Debug, we're going to be using, because we're not going to be searching for Lady Debug with our Signet Codec and Inverted Codetalker, what we're going to do is we're going to actually be able to use our Inverted Codetalker to lock our opponents into link summoning only. I'll show you what I mean as this goes on. First things first, Signet Codec, activate normal summon Lady Debug, activate Lady Debug to search out basically any of our extenders. What we're going to search out will be our Parallel Exceed. Nope, we can't search out Parallel Exceed, too strong. What we're going to search out will be probably our backup secretary? Searching for any of our extenders realistically. I think backup secretary is likely to be our best bet. So yeah, we're going to search out our backup secretary. At this point, we're just going to special summon the backup secretary. We'll keep Cyburst Converter for later in the turn. We're going to go link 2 into everybody's favorite, Codetalker. You will notice I don't run Decode. I think he's a bit overrated. I don't really enjoy having him in the deck. Yeah, we're actually going to do that. We're going to activate Signet Optimization. Then we're going to use Microcoder and Codetalker to go into our link 3. Our Signet Codec search is more important than our Microcoder search, so we're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We're going to search out Signet Conflict, and with Signet Optimization, we're going to search out Code Generator. That lets us search out. Also, I forgot, but when Codetalker was special summoned, we got to search a Dark, so we would have searched out our Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. So I'm going to say we searched that out, just because. Nightmare Corruptor Ibli will give us the ability to have a interesting lock later in the turn. Now we can use Transcode to special summon back Codetalker. We can use Codetalker and Code Generator to go link 3. Into Xcode. Code Generator, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So we get the dump off first, which is going to be the dump of C-Archiver, and the search for a wind attribute will be the search for Parallel Exceed. This means if we can special summon to the zone a link monster points to, we will get C-Archiver back, which, don't worry, we are definitely going to be able to do. At this point, we can use Cyburst Converter's effect. If all the monsters you control is Cyburst, you can special summon this card from your hand. Boom! That was easy. That also lets us special summon our C-Archiver from our hand. At this point, from our graveyard, at this point we can use C-Archiver and Cyburst Converter to go into Inverted Codetalker. Cyburst Converter into Inverted Codetalker. At this point, because we linked summoned, we're going to get lots of different effects going off here. Codec's going to go off to let us search a light. Parallel Exceed's going to go off to let us special summon, and Codetalker Inverted is also going to let us special summon. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go Parallel Exceed, Chainlink 1, or Chainlink 3, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 1. So we're going to special summon Parallel Exceed. That will then let us special summon a second Parallel Exceed from the deck. which we're going to put over here. That will then we will have our special summon from Codetalker inverted to special summon our Nightmare Corruptor Ibly. Then we can search the deck for a light monster. So what we're going to search for is Cyberus White Hat. Now we are locked into link summoning, but that's perfectly fine because we are about to do another link summon. We are going to link summon with 2 Parallel Exceeds and a Nightmare Corruptor Ibly into Shooting Codetalker. That'll put Nightmare Corruptor Ibly on our opponent's side of the field, which will lock them into link summoning only. That will also then trigger Signet Codec to let us search out a water monster, say Scripton. So we have 2 more extenders in our hand. At this point we can go Scripton. We'll banish off one of our Parallel Exceeds to special summon our Scripton. We will special summon our Cyberus White Hat. At this point I'm going to suggest we go Link 2 into Codetalker. And then we use our Codetalker and our Codetalker inverted to go Link 4 into our Nightmare Crusadia Avermax, who cannot be destroyed by card effects because of the fact he's linked with X-Codetalker. X-Codetalker is protecting the whole field. He's protecting all 3 of our monsters linked to him from card effects, and Knight Crusadia Avermax is protecting everyone from being able to be targeted by battle. So then we're going to set our Signet Conflict face down, and on our opponent's turn we have a negate. Our opponent can't destroy any of these 3 here, and until they destroy X-Codetalker, they can't target Knight Crusadia Avermax with card effects, and they have to attack Knight Crusadia Avermax, and they're also locked into only being able to link summon until they get rid of their Nightmare Corruptor Ibly. So guys, with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't checked out the deck profile, make sure that you do. It's down in the link to it is down in the description below. Also, check out the team's Facebook page. There's news over there about new stuff coming out. Coming soon, I'm going to be running a tournament which pits the decks that have been featured on the channel against each other. Voting for that tournament will be on the Facebook page. So if you're really interested in sort of seeing these decks work against an actual deck in a real duel, me and one of my friends are going to come together and pit these decks against one another that have been featured on the channel. And you get to pick which 8 decks will compete in that tournament. So, as I say guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys at the next video.